So it's your boy Shinobi back here with another video. And I've been posting a long time, so maybe it's gonna be like probably more than 2 videos of this one, probably 3 videos of Mario's Legacy and other ones. But the reason why I have not been posting because I've been in school, with doing my homework and stuff. Like, you know how school is online, bro. Like, you know that. Like, okay. So without further ado, well, actually, yeah. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. In every Shinobi village, there is a reminder of their previous leader and heroes to honor their memory and sacrifice they did to protect and to defend their homes. In Konoha, there is a certain mountain that shows that exactly. The mountain was actually called Hokage, leader of the village mountain, and in it were carved the previous and current Hokages of the Leaf, and there stood the legendary Shinobi, Hashirama Senju, the first Hokage, leader of the Senju clan, one of the founders of the village, and the first user of the wood style element. He was a caring and kind person dedicated to serve his village. However, he ended up dying in the first Shinobi War. His fight against Madara Uchiha weakened him permanently. He was, at the time of his death, a shell of his former self, but even now, about 80 years after his death, he's still remembered by the village. The second face belongs to Tobiyama Senju, the second Hokage. He was the Hiroshima Harashi, I just forgot his name, younger brother, and became the Hokage after his brother's death. He too was a very strong shinobi. In fact, even the Hokage was hailed the strongest shinobi of their time. Tobirama was known, Hashirama, okay. But Tobirama was known for his extremely high water infinity that allowed him to use great high-ranking moves in places without water by condensing the air around him. He too lost his life in the second Shinobi War, but before his death, he appointed Sarutobi Hiruzen, one of his students, as the third Hokage. The third face is Sarutobi Hiruzen of the Sarutobi clan, known for the skill in monkey summoning and extreme skill in taijutsu, hand-on-hand combat. That's what taijutsu is. Hiruzen is currently around 55 years old. He is one of the most powerful shinobi in the village, but in his time he was hailed as the god of shinobi, mostly because of his ninja skills that allow him to combine different elements to his attacks. Hiruzen is the current leader of the Leaf after his successor, the fourth Hokage, died. The last face of the monument was Minato Namikaze, the youngest Hokage, the fourth Hokage, hailed as the strongest of the Hokages. He was fast, the fastest of shinobi to ever live in the elemental nations. Not even the Hokage with his light armor could compete with his speed. He was known for the flying thunder god technique, extra technique of his creation that allowed him to move almost at the speed of light. This technique was the reason that he was named the Yellow Flash due to his blonde hair. The only thing that people managed to see was a yellow flash due to his speed. In the Leaf Village, he was a hero who sacrificed his life to save the Kyuubi. that attacked the village 5 years ago. And here, 5 years later, the QB, after the QB attack, is where our story truly begins with a small boy. Despite being mistreated his whole life, he rise to become a legend. He was born to be Konoha. 5 years later, after the attack from the QB, October 10th, it was a warm night in the Leaf Village. The sun was just going down. It was starting to dim. Town lights were coming up, and we still see many people going around the village doing their business, unlike many other villages. Even Konoha was the most powerful village in the elemental nation. It didn't seem militaristic or cold. Many people, if they saw Konoha, would say it wasn't a village. But, however, the mountains that surround the north part of the village was a dead giveaway. And it's where the carved faces of the most powerful Shinobi to ever live. It was October 10th. The village was covered in decorations celebrating the defeat to the QB after 5 years ago. Everyone in the village was happy. It was time of peace. There were wars, long forgotten, but not the hate and pain that many lost. Although everyone seemed happy, one particular kid was very sad and lonely. Naruto Uzumaki was an orphan of the Kibi attack. He had about 120 centimeters, 3'11", and has spiky blonde hair and the bluest eyes everyone had ever seen, and a cheek that has 3 whisker marks, a birthmark. He was wearing a white t-shirt and short sleeve with long Uzumaki swirl, orange Uzumaki swirl, and black pants. Despite being what appears to be a normal child, Naruto was hated, despised by most of the villagers. It was a painful reminder of the Kyuubi attack. He was expelled from the orphanage at 4 years old and lived on the streets for about a month until the Hokage's Anbu found him and took him in to the Hokage. The Hokage eventually became a grandfather figure to him. He gave Naruto a small apartment and allowed Naruto to live there. But Naruto was constantly pursued by villagers, constantly abused, beaten up. The stores kicked him out, ordering rotten food and merchandise. Orchange tried to price the price. Even in the orphanage, he still had to receive the same treatment. Naruto quickly grew up in this kind of life, forced Naruto to mature quickly if he wanted to survive. But because of this treatment, Naruto became a high, intelligent kid. This treatment, Naruto became an intelligent kid that could almost rival Nara. He became cold and collective to everyone except his closest people. That, in case were the Hokage himself and the owner of the ramen store. Only 3 people cared about him. Naruto wondered if Naruto was eating a chicken well. During his birthday, things were even worse because the villagers in Shinobi. Sorry about that. I got interrupted, but we'll get back to the video. Where was I? Because a few villagers and few Shinobi would gather up and hunting down like some animal. And here is where we are. A scared kid was running through the streets of Konoha, trying his best to avoid the villagers and hop the streets. And Shinobi, the villagers were shouting, "Die, demon! Get him! Finish the fourth started!" Naruto wondered, what did he ever do to deserve This such treatment and harsh life. Stop, please. What did I ever do to you? Asked Naruto, running as fast as his little legs would carry him. His legs started to give way. Oh please, you know well what you did. You killed my brother and might swallow you. One of the villagers started and threw an empty bottle. We'll finish with the fourth started. Kill the demon, the villagers said as others supported him. Naruto kept running for his life until he looked up behind to see the pursuers, noticing that a couple to be Shinobi. Even though Naruto was a stamina freak, 5-year-old couldn't compete with the speed of a Chunin. The Chunin quickly closed the distance between him and Naruto. He took out a kunai and did a horizontal slash. Naruto seen the kunai that would most likely kill him. He had ducked. As he ducking, he noticed that time appeared to slow down after dodging the slash. Unwillingly, Shinobi was like jump up a fence to get away. The rest of Shinobi thinking that were actually surprised, but couldn't let the demon get away, so they all threw a couple kunai at him. They say, "Kunai King no Jutsu," and well, I forgot to do it. And the kunai multiply in 15. We're going fast at Naruto. Naruto, knowing that he couldn't dodge them all in midair, started to observe them, calculating the best way to handle them. It was then that it appeared. His vision suddenly became clearer, and then incoming kunai almost stopped. Just by looking at them, he could see where they would land. Reacting to his instincts, Naruto quickly caught a kunai with his hand and started deflecting them, except one that managed to get past the fences and hit him in the shoulder. He cried out in pain, but managed to get over the fence quickly into safety. He pulled the kunai out of his shoulder, noticing that the wound had already started closing. I wonder why I am the only person to heal fast. He asked himself while walking through the village, hidden in the shadows to avoid most villagers that he can. But he quickly noticed that his vision was different. It was black-white, and he could see people with a blue flame inside them, surrounding their body. He tried to push his eyes to see further, but suddenly passed out in the alleyway to the stress of chakra exhaustion and the running and taking the kunai to the shoulder was too much for little Naruto. Naruto woke up in his mindscape to a sewer. There were pipes, walls, and floors filled with water up to 20 centimeters in height. He wandered through the endless door, wondering where he heard a soft male voice calling for him. "Follow my voice," a strange voice said. Naruto didn't know him, but was drawn to his voice. After walking a couple minutes, Naruto found himself staring at a big iron doors with vertical bars. The middle of the door, it was small paper with a kanji for seal. He looked inside the cage, but it was empty. "Hello, Naruto," the voice said, making Naruto jump back, surprised. Noticing the man leaning against the sewer wall outside of the cage, Naruto observed the man carefully. The man was about 6'2". He had spiky blonde hair with 2 bangs framed his face, and he has blue eyes. He's wearing a full blue suit and a standard journey vest, flat jacket. He was also wearing a cape with red flames in the kanji for the fourth Hokage. Fourth Hokage? That's Naruto. He very well knew what happened 5 years ago. He was the he knew that the fourth Hokage died to kill a QB. He was a hero. My name is Minato Namikaze. I am the fourth Hokage, he said, looking at the kid in front of him. How it happened so soon. Naruto seemed almost 5. How? You're supposed to be dead. I am dead. Am I dead? No, you're not. But unfortunately, I am. Minato said. But if you're dead, where am I? How do I know your name? How do you know my name? Naruto wondered what the heck was going on. Naruto, I am going to explain everything to you. Listen closely, okay? He asked, to which Naruto nodded. We're inside your mind. This is your mind state. It's basically a representation of your mind in physical form. Understand? Naruto nodded. Now, the truth is, I am your father. Naruto froze when he heard that. No, can't be. G told me that he didn't know who my parents were. Naruto thought. You're my father? How? Well, about how? You'll find out when you're older, said Minato, chuckling. But it's true. I am your father, and I'm sorry I wasn't there for you. But I had to stop the QB. Listen, I don't have much time. You're probably wondering why the village treat you like this. You like a monster. Which Naruto nodded slowly. Well, this isn't easy to say, but 5 years ago, when you were born, the QB attacked the village. The fourth Hokage said that the third Hokage said that I killed the QB, but that is impossible. QB is a mass chakra without actually a physical body, so it can't die. The only way I had to stop it was to steal it inside a baby newborn. I'm sorry to say, but I had to steal it inside of you. He said with a bit of shame, wondering how Naruto would react. What? What do you mean by sealed? I am the QB. He said, now realizing what all the villagers' names. No, you're not. You're not a monster nor the QB. You're my son. And by sealed I mean the QB is trapped in your gut. Behind these bars. The QB, come forward. Minato explain. Sitting behind the bars, the empty cave, Naruto saw glowing 2 red eyes, vertical slits. As the eyes approached the doors, he noticed the form of the Naruto's fox. Swinging wildly in the back. There it stood, the doors. The most powerful being in the world. The most powerful of the 9 Bijus. The 9-tailed fox. Naruto, seeing this, jumped back, scared to see the monster that attacked the village was responsible for so many deaths. No need to fear me, fox, the QB said, watching the poor kid. He knew all too well the villagers that did to Naruto. Minato explained, getting Naruto's attention. This is the QB. He's not a demon everyone else thinks he is. The attack on 5 years ago was not his fault, Minato said. Starting to explain further what happened. In a fateful night, 5 years ago, when Naruto was born to the masked man unleashing the QB, controlling the attack to the village, Minato sealing him into Naruto. Naruto was still froze, absorbing what happened. Everything his father was saying. Naruto didn't know what to say. It was just too much. Naruto continued, I'm sorry that I had to still the cube inside you. You had a harsh life until now, but I trust you it will be slightly better. Mincho said and touched Naruto's stomach, officially transferring the sealed key to Naruto, opening the cage. What are you doing? Naruto asked. Where is his father was gonna open the cage and let the Kyuubi out? Naruto, I told you, it wasn't the Kyuubi's fault that night. The Kyuubi will help you grow. He'll be on your side to help you in your battles to provide advice. Level. The only thing I ask of you, when you're close to your death, please, release the Kyuubi. He didn't deserve to be trapped in a cave and use as a weapon. Naruto said, will you be my friend? Naruto asked, still fearful to the part. Of course I will. I will take care of you and make you strong so you can protect your home and your friends. The Kyuubi replied. And what happened next surprised everyone in my cave. Naruto left his father's side and jumped onto the paw of the Kyuubi. So soft, so warm. He said, getting chuckles from both Minato and the Kyuubi. Now, Naruto, there is one more thing I need to tell you. Now, I don't know if you realized it, but doesn't your vision seem different? Naruto asked. Actually, it's black and white. You being blue and the Kyuubi being red. Naruto, do you know who Madara Uchiha is? Minato asked, getting a distressing growl from the Kyuubi, clearly showing no love to the Uchiha leader. Yep, I know one of the founders of the Leaf Village and the Uchiha clan that is supposed to be one of the strongest in the world, Naruto said, surprising his father. Naruto, even though was 5 years old, was very smart and liked to read, but going to the library was impossible as he was always expelled. Exactly that. But what you and everyone else doesn't know, that Madara in fact was my father. I never said anything because I decided to keep it a secret. Naruto's eyes widened. He discovered that the legendary Madara Uchiha was his grandfather. I am the son of the Hokage. He is the fourth Hokage. Konoha has yellow flesh and the great Madara Uchiha. There's no way I'm not gonna be a Hokage, Naruto thought. What made you with you being my two sons and Madara being my only son, there is no way I'm not becoming Hokage. Believe it! Naruto yelled, pumping his fist into the air, getting a smile from Minato. I have no doubt you will, Naruto. Minato said, ruffling his hair now. You know that the Uchiha clan bloodline, more specifically a Dojutsu, right? Naruto nodded. This bloodline is called the Sharingan, and you activated its first level. Look at the floor. Naruto looked down and saw the reflection in the waters. His eyes were blood red with a black tomo in each eye. This Sharingan will jump until it has fully matured, getting 3 tomo in each eye. Minato said, concluding he didn't want to go any further into the Mangekyo. His time was ending, and the Kyuubi could explain if he ever locked it. God, I hope he never has to go through that. Minato thought, oh, I know it was awesome. Naruto said happily about knowing everything about his family and the bloodline. Finally, he had a bloodline. Now, Naruto, pay attention closely. What I'm gonna say. I know that you always wanted a family, but you cannot go to the Uchiha clan. Besides, having the Kyuubi inside you, which they found out that you're in Uchiha and they will use you for their own gain. I want you to become a good person, not an arrogant one. Not an arrogant, hungry, powerful, like the Uchiha are. Never rely too much on the Sharingan. Remember that. The Sharingan is annoying too. Having it does not make you a powerful Shinobi, okay? Minato asked, getting a nod. Okay, my time is ending. Everything that I've, including my clan techniques and weapons, are in the Namikaze compound, and only you can enter. There's a bloodshed around it. Be careful so that no one finds out. I have enemies as did Madara. If you ever wish to reveal your true heritage, I ask when you are to reveal when you ask to reveal when you are strong enough to protect yourself and anyone you care about. There are there are not people that would stop to kill you or to keep friends to get revenge on me. Mitchell said, getting a bit of regret. After all, during the Third Shinobi War, he was responsible for fighting Iowa forces. Do you know how to use chakra to deactivate your eyes? He said, getting a nod from Naruto. I'm fading my chakra. Sorry guys, but I keep getting interrupted. But my chakra is fading. Remember Naruto, me and your mother love you very much. And I'm sorry that you have to live this life and growing up without love. Naruto said, sad on how everything turned out. He asked the Hokage so the village saw Naruto as a hero, but he was too naive. Don't worry, Tucson. I got to meet you after all. What you did needed to protect our home. Naruto said, giving a smile from Minato as he said, fading away until he was no longer there. Naruto woke up in the alley, wondering if it was all a dream. So he heard a voice in his head. No, kid. It was not a dream. I'm here after all. You should deactivate your eyes for now and start training. I will help you in every way I can. When you're old enough, I will train you to use my powers. Thank you. At least I have you. I could use this company. Not say you live happily with everything that happened. Who knew it would turn out like that? Honestly, guys, it keeps happening. Keep getting interrupted. But guys, I'm sorry if it's like too long. You don't have to watch the full video because it's gonna be probably like 30 minutes long. It happened. Who knew that this night would turn out to be his best birthday? You don't need to speak out loud. For people who think that you're crazy, just think and I'll hear it. Also, that cage is open. You get my second ability. You're able to sense people around you, and in time, your training with you will be able to sense their feelings. You should tell the Hokage what happened. He will help you, but keep him in the dark about my help for now. The Kyuubi said, getting a nod from Naruto. He got up to the activated Sharingan and made his way to the Hokage Tower. 15 minutes later, Hokage Tower. Naruto made his way to the office, arguing with the secretary and threatening her to tell the Hokage that she got him a demon. The reason Naruto never found out about the Kyuubi is that apparently the Hokage saw an S-rank law that prohibited anyone from telling him he had the Kyuubi in him, and anyone who broke it was subjected to immediate execution. Hey, old man, Naruto said. I didn't smile from the old man, happy to see that Naruto and getting a break from his work. Number on paper work. Enemy. Naruto, how are you doing? And do you need anything from Hokage asked? Even the Hokage wasn't related to Naruto. He has grown quite close to him the last couple of years, treating him like a grandson. I wanted to ask you to tell me who my parents are. Naruto messing with the Hokage a bit before telling him what happened. I wonder how you react. He thought, I told you Naruto. I'm sorry, but I don't know who your parents are. All I know is that the Kyuubi, they are heroes that fought the Kyuubi. So Hokage replied, he couldn't tell Naruto's parents could be done. Gee, before I tell you what, I came here 4. Can you tell Ambu to leave? I only wanted you to hear this, Naruto said. How do you know they're Ambu in the room? Which Naruto said, I can sense them above the ceiling. Very well. The Hokage flick out of the hand. Flick. He signaled his 4 Ambu guards to leave. Now, Naruto, do you want to tell me, G, are you sure you're sending all your Ambu away? I can still sense another person here. Naruto said, pointing to the corner behind the bookcase. Once Naruto said that, the 4 Ambu quickly returned and dashed towards the intruder. And quickly immobilizing it. The intruder had normal Ambu gear, black pants, and steel plate in protection. But his rash was completely white for Kanji of root. Damn, Donzo. Sticking his nose where it should be, real good. Naruto, you are indeed skilled, Setsu. You actually caught intruder here. Hokage, oh, I knew I was awesome, Naruto said before getting a chuckle from the Hokage. After the room was empty, Naruto pushed the pictures of the Grizzle Hokage, stopped the picture of the floor, and turned around. Anything you want to tell me? The Hokage paled when Naruto, how did you find out? He's wondering how Naruto thought it. Very few people knew Minato was brother. Now that I think about it, I could almost be his twin. I wonder how anyone noticed. Naruto said, and starting to explain everything about what happened to him. And yeah, I took a break, so sorry guys. But let's get into the video again. Naruto said, and started explaining everything that happened, leaving out the QB helping him, and being Madara's grandson, and having a Sharingan. Minato was a genius to think. Even dead, he was still a Hage. The Hokage thought, now that you know, what are you going to do? You know you can't tell anyone, the Hokage said. I'm going to train and become strong like my father was, and I'm going to take that hat of yours. Naruto said with getting a chuckle from the Hokage and said, I doubt you will. Alright, this will be the end of the video, but I hope you all like, subscribe, and the video was so long, so you don't have to watch the whole thing, but I would like you all to watch half of it, like if y'all want to. So, but there's gonna be another video coming probably later today, or yeah, later today. But bye.